I remember it was my birthday. I woke up, saw flowers in the living room. I jumped into my Range Rover. More flowers on the seat. Random people leaving flowers and gifts for me, trying to make me special. I drove to my office. It was covered in flowers. Then suddenly, they called me to the main hall. Everyone was cheering. Balloons everywhere. Gifts on the table. And I was forcing a smile on my face, but deep down, I was crying. And each flower made me cry even more. I received gifts from over 100 different people that day. But I remember this one thing clearly. I had never been more disgusted in my life. Because I knew for a fact those flowers, those balloons, those gifts, they weren't prepared because they loved me. They were prepared because they wanted something from me. They wanted to skim. They wanted to steal. Deep down, I was aware of the whole setup. The fake love, the silent expectations, the pressure wrapped in celebration. But what did I do? I kept smiling until I couldn't take it anymore. I have the full video from that day. Me walking through the hallway, balloons on the floor, people clapping, and deep down I was breaking. Every time I see the video now, the smile on my face hurts more than anything. Because I remember exactly how I felt. It was the best and the worst birthday of my life. Best because I had everything. Money, attention, 300 people at home, a company, huge success. And worst because I finally realized that none of it felt real. It was a celebration of an identity I had already outgrown. A party for a version of me that no longer existed. And behind that smile, I was already saying goodbye. The cars I owned, the suits I wore, the mansion I lived in, all of it was just expensive decoration. On paper, it looked incredible. Everyone wanted my life, but inside, it was a hollow shell. I remember clearly, later that night, sitting alone in my room, the sound of the party still echoing outside, the laughter, the clinking glasses, but I felt completely, utterly empty. All those years, I chased validation. All those years, I chased external success. I believed that more money, more fame, more attention would make me happy. But it didn't. It made the emptiness louder. It made the loneliness sharper. It made the truth clearer. I realized that night, surrounded by gifts that I didn't care about, by people I didn't truly connect with, that my life wasn't mine. It was a simulation, carefully constructed to impress others. I had built a life that looked perfect on the outside, but felt like a prison on the inside. That birthday wasn't just another celebration. It was the turning point of my entire existence. I began questioning everything. Who am I doing this for? What do I really want? Why am I even here? And slowly, painfully, I started tearing down the facade. First, the company, firing people who were draining my energy. Then the cars, symbols of a life I no longer wanted. The mansion, too big, too empty, and too cold. The relationships that only existed because of my success. One by one, I let go. It wasn't easy, it wasn't graceful, but it was necessary. Now, years later, sitting barefoot on a beach in Bali, I look back at that birthday as the most important day of my life. It was the day I finally saw through my own lies. It was the day I finally understood that chasing validation never ends in happiness. It was the day I finally chose freedom over appearances. If you ever smiled in a room full of people while secretly crumbling inside, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This wasn't a breakdown. This was an awakening. And I have never celebrated my birthday the same way again. Now each birthday is quiet, simple, just the people I truly care about. No balloons, no fake smiles, only authenticity. And that's the greatest gift I have ever received. That day taught me something important, something that changed how I live completely. I realized chasing validation and external success isn't the way to true happiness. But you might be wondering, then what is? The answer is simplicity. Simplify things. Life doesn't have to be complicated. Clear out distractions, whether it's unnecessary stuff, draining relationships, or meaningless commitments. The simpler your life is, the happier you will feel. And here's what I learned from my own journey. Put simply, spend your time with real people. Hang out with those who truly care about you, not your money or status. Find the ones who stick around when there is nothing to gain. Figure out what really matters to you. Take some quiet moments to ask yourself, what genuinely makes you happy, excited, and fulfilled? Your core values are like your personal GPS. They will help guide you through life. Always keep growing. Keep learning, keep reading, meditate, stay fit, and don't stop pushing yourself to become better. Personal growth isn't optional, it is essential. Be present. Take moments throughout your day to pause, to breathe, and understand your emotions. Being aware helps you make better decisions and keeps you from living life on autopilot. Enjoy real moments. Forget the extravagant parties or flashy displays made just for social media. Real happiness is in the small, authentic moments, like laughing with close friends or feeling the sand between your toes. True happiness isn't found in impressing others. It's found in being true to yourself, aligning your actions with your values, and genuinely enjoying every day. I hope this video makes you start questioning why you're working so hard. Not just what you're building, but what you're chasing. If you're addicted to noise, praise, and being seen as the guy who made it, then no matter how much you earn, you are already doomed. Because I lived that life. I hit every external milestone you can imagine. And the more I achieved, the more I realized none of it matters if your soul isn't aligned. So I hope after watching this, you will slowly start to see that simple pleasures matter more than anything designed to impress others. That a quiet sunset with someone you love will always feel better than a mansion full of strangers clapping for your mask. Choose authenticity, choose clarity, and choose you. And guys, as always, future you is watching, make him proud.